Let's now get down to business. How do you make sure your brand stands out and you turn those clicks into customers? Well, here with us now is freelance.com Regional Director for Asia, Jojy Azurin. But of course, friends call him Jojy. Hi, Jojy. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, thank you.
Good to have you on here. Tell us a little bit about freelance.com. What is it exactly?
Okay, freelancer.com is, we always want to say that we're the eBay for services. And so that's where customers post projects if they want to develop their websites, or if some kids would like to be tutored, or you want an architect, and freelancers would post their bids. And so it's just like eBay, you know. Instead of selling products, you're offering your services, and we're the world's biggest marketplace for online freelancing.
Okay, and by you say we, you mean freelancer.com or the Philippines, or both?
For freelancer.com, yes, for worldwide, and yeah, we're pretty one of the biggest here in the Philippines right now. We have around 12 million members worldwide, and we have 500,000 Filipino members as well.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, you're right. We do have a lot of Filipino freelancers out there. Right. Okay, so given what you do, we really want to pick your brain today and find out how freelancers, like people who are members on your site, can really make themselves stand out. Because with 500,000 members, I mean, competition's pretty fierce, right? So yes, maybe we can first break down the different categories of online services.
Like everyone would need to go into digital marketing. So regardless if you're a big corporation, you're an SME, or you're a micro enterprise. And freelancers, we consider them as micro enterprise. And depending on your size, you have to be in the right platform. Of course, you have websites, but it's not enough to just have your own website. And for a freelancer, you have to be in an online marketplace platform like freelancer.com. So if you're developing mobile apps, you're a tutor, you're an architect, you're a business consultant, it's pretty difficult to bring in traffic into your site. What you do is you go to where the traffic is.
Okay, and of course there are other, you know, services and online needs that would serve like SMEs online and
yes,
B2B companies, right?
Yes, that's
so
right.
How can they turn, as we said, those clicks into customers? What are your tips for getting yourself to really stand out?
Okay, I'm not just talking about freelancers this time, but sure, I'm also talking to different types of businesses. One way to show that you're credible is you must have different options for being contacted. You know, you need to show your website, your email address, what's your Skype ID, what's your mobile phone. So you're selling dresses, you're selling lingerie, or you're selling agricultural products. The more contact information you would have, that would be better, because you're being very open to your potential customers, right?
Okay, and I know you also make a big deal about being able, aside from seeing how they can contact you, the different ways, it's
yes,
being able to contact you now, right?
Yes.
And how important is it to be able to contact people within a certain time frame, and what should that time frame be?
Yes, it's really very, very important that when somebody contacts you, it's very important that you reply within 24 hours.
So that's like the industry standard?
Yes, not really just the industry standard, but it's best practice, because it increases your chances of getting a sale. You have to be very responsive. You shouldn't delay in replying. So the best practice is within 24 hours.
Okay. Now here in the Philippines, we are increasing the number of online shoppers,
yes,
but it's still not like in the US, where practically everyone shops online, and it's so easy because everyone has a credit card.
Yes.
In the Philippines, not everyone has a credit card. If they do, they're not comfortable with using it to make online transactions. How can we develop this,
yes,
this
right,
in the Philippines?
We only have around 5% credit card penetration rate. So the best way to increase your chances of getting a sale is you must have as many payment options as you could. You should accept bank deposits on top of PayPal and credit cards. You should, and for a lot of this e-commerce, successful local e-commerce, they also have to consider cash on delivery. So that's, we call it a blended e-commerce, where the payment is not done online but upon delivery. So we feel that probably 85 to 90% of the e-commerce transactions are done with COD. So it's very, very important to accept COD.
What about testimonials? How important and effective are those when trying to sell your products and services?
Yes, that's a very good question. Involving your customers is also a very important component in increasing your sales. If you can ask as many customers to provide testimonials, that provides a very good assurance to your customers. That's one. And if you can feature them, you know, who are your users, you know, you do a story on them, that provides a human interest story. And so having these testimonials is very, very good. Written testimonials, of course, the best would be video. That really increases the sales conversion.
Okay, that has like the most impact.
Yes.
Right?
That's right.
Okay, what about, of course, we can't have this conversation without including social media.
Yes.
How important is it? Because I've heard a lot of people come on the show and they say, oh, it's nice that you have 200,000 people like your page. It doesn't mean you're going to make 200,000 sales.
Yes, yes, that's right. For social media, it's very important just to have conversations. You don't sell on Facebook. You don't sell directly to them. Use the opportunity to have conversations with your customers, not just for Facebook but also for Twitter. And now that you mentioned social network, 94% of Filipinos online are in Facebook. So it's very, very important to promote your brand on Facebook. But if you are selling to the consumers, if you're selling to B2B, business to business, I suggest you sell in LinkedIn. And it seems like Filipinos are not really aware of LinkedIn. So if your customers are companies, the best way is to sell via LinkedIn.
All right, that's where the businesses
Yes.
are.
That's right.
You've also mentioned the use of Pinterest. How effective is Pinterest? I've used Pinterest and I kind of get what it is, but personally, I don't like it. I find it, it's like stimuli overload for me. But how can it help certain businesses, and which businesses would those be?
Pinterest would be best for selling items. You sell hats, you sell clothes. That would be a very good way to sell. The only thing is right now, Pinterest would be for if your market is in the US, because there is a massive number of users of Pinterest. And that also goes to show that Pinterest might be the go-to place, you know, for images, but next year it might be a different site. So it's also very important for entrepreneurs to get the latest, you know, what's happening. And it's very important for them to learn via networking or attending expos and seminars. And you know, it's just so happens that I'll be talking this June 27 to 29 at the Entrepreneurs and Franchise Expo. And we'll be discussing a lot of this, you know, converting clicks into customers. The latest for this year, you know, because probably next year it will be different again. It's
definitely never a static landscape.
Yes, it's a very dynamic thing, and change is always the norm.
Definitely. Now, who's invited to the event? Can anyone come in? Do they have to make a reservation?
Well, all they have to do is just go to www.efe.ph. So it's easy to remember.
All right.
And Entrepreneurs and Franchise Expo. That's what it means. So it's efe.ph.
Okay, easy to remember. And is there a fee if they would like to attend?
Yes, all they have to do is just go there, and there's a portion that's really free, the expo, the exhibition. So all they have to do is just go to the site, and they'll get a lot of details.
All right. Now, we've talked about the things that entrepreneurs should do.
Yes.
What are the things that they shouldn't do? What are your ultimate no-nos?
Well, I guess it's also the opposite, what they should do. What they shouldn't do is ignore, like, on their webpage, they should ignore About Us page. What we've noticed is first-time customers, buying customers who go into a website, 20% go to About Us. They want to check who you are. And for you to ignore and just write a one page that we're the best provider of blah blah blah, the best way is really to put a human interest. Why you started the business. So for me, the big no-no is to ignore the About Us, because that's a major contributor to your conversion rate. Another thing is not filling up your FAQ page, your frequently asked questions page, because if they have so much questions and they were not able to see it on your FAQ, 90% of them will leave. Only 10% will try to contact you and ask you a question.
Okay, interesting.
Yes, so you shouldn't ignore your FAQ and your About Us pages.
All right, lots of good advice there for all our SME friends who are watching. Jojy, before I let you go, please invite everyone again to your upcoming event.
Yes, I'd like to invite everybody from freelancers, entrepreneurs, consultants, SMEs, exporters and big corporations to the Entrepreneur and Franchise Expo at Megatradehall in Megamall. That's on June 27, 29. I'll be speaking on one of the programs that would be on June 28 for the Entrepreneur Success Summit. That will be on June 28. But the whole expo is from June 27 to 29.
All right, sounds good. Jojy Azurin, thank you so much for Shop Talking with us tonight.
Thank you very much.
Coming up, rediscover the Philippines by taking a ride on the iconic jeepney. Stick around. Shop Talk. We'll be right back.